guys, we're back with another video, and today we're going to be reviewing SHF General Grievous. Since I was a kid, I have loved Star Wars, and this figure is just amazing to me. General Grievous has just always stood out to me, and he's always been my favorite character. Further ado, let's get right into it. Now, I have this guy right here in a little pose, because he doesn't pose that bad. At least not as bad as people say, as far as like the legs without with the outdated articulation and stuff. I don't think he's really that bad at all. He is definitely flawed, and there are quite a few issues with him, especially in this leg area here. But he's definitely not as bad as some people say. Now, first things you're going to notice with this guy is he's very light out of the box. He is like super, super light, and almost feels kind of cheap, but definitely not like the worst thing ever, you know? The detail in this guy and sculpt is beautiful and just absolutely amazing, as you can see all throughout. Like up here in the head, all the ridges and stuff are designed, or not like sculpted into the head, yeah. And like you can just see all the detail like in the eyes and stuff. It's amazing. It's beautiful. You know, it's pretty hard to like do a figure like this or a character like this in figure form. I feel like because he's so skinny, and like designing the joints and stuff would be very difficult. And I mean, I think they did a pretty good job, you know, for what he is. So yeah. All right, now, first of all, with the accessories, he comes with quite a bit. You know, pretty good selection for a figure like this. He comes with a stand, which actually makes sense, because this guy is very top heavy, but we'll get into that later. I wouldn't say top heavy, he just can't balance. But yeah, he comes with a stand, so that's pretty cool, because like I said in my Mario review, a lot of SH figure arts do not come with stands, especially nowadays, I feel like, because apparently they did back then, but I don't know. But I mean, yeah, here's the stand. It's got a little clip, you know, just plug that into him. Next, we have this cape that he comes with, and it's nice and wired throughout the bottom and this part right here, which actually looks very good. But I'm pretty sure the cape's supposed to be gray and have a logo, but it does not have that. But either way, I think it looks cool. And to be honest, I think black looks better than gray. That's just me. Okay, now to put this thing in, there's like this little piece that plugs in here, and you basically unplug it. And then there's a peg right here, and you put it over him like this, and you plug that piece in right there. I'm not going to do it, or I am, I guess, but I'm not going to plug it in all the way because I have to take it off later. But yeah, it basically goes on like this, which is not accurate. It's supposed to go under this collar piece, but there's not really any way you can do that. So it's kind of just like this, which is kind of unfortunate, but it does look really good on him. Here, let me just pose him up real quick for you. But I mean, yeah, the cape's really, really high quality. So I'll give him that. So it might not be like the most accurate of all time, but it definitely has good quality. As you can see, just get him to a quick little pose. Nothing too special, but like, yeah, I mean, definitely does what it needs to. So yeah, I'd be wondering where this piece is. No clue. It's somewhere in one of my bins. I'm just very bad at organizing, I guess. But it's there. I have it, I think. I'm pretty positive. So yeah, it's a pretty cool cape for a pretty cool figure. So yeah, definitely like the cape. Next, he comes with the lightsabers. Pretty sure they're like the same as a lot of the other lightsabers in the SHF Star Wars line. I mean, pretty sure. Like, I don't know who this is. Is this Luke? Maybe. I know this is Anakin. I think this is one of the ones he actually has. Or is this like... Damn it, bro. I don't know the lightsabers. I know this is Obi-Wan. I know Obi-Wan, Anakin, maybe Luke, maybe... I don't know. Tell me in the comments whose lightsaber hilts these are. But, I mean, yeah, the lightsabers look really good. They are just amazingly sculpted and detailed, you know, all the intricate little stuff in there. It looks amazing. So, yeah. He comes with these two, like, wide open hands, lightsaber holding hands, which you do not really need at all. Interchangeable arms. Please plug these arms in. What you gotta do is, you're gonna go right here, and you're gonna kind of just apply a little bit of pressure and pop these out. Now, it seems very, very scary. It definitely is for me. However, it is not that hard at all. It's actually very easy. So what you're gonna do, oh my lord, what you're gonna want to do is basically take the one with this, so like the little like indent, that's gonna be one of the front arm pieces, and just find whatever side it's on. I don't know if it says or doesn't say, but you just plug that in right there. And then you take the one that's flat. Which one is it? This one? No. That one? No. This one. Okay. You take this one that's flat, like that. Now it goes into the back. Right there. And boom. I'm actually going to do this side now. You know, my appreciation for this figure has grown quite a bit since I first got it. Because the first time I got it, I was basically worried that I had already messed up the leg and like made the joint like get stress marks due to it being kind of loose on the side and this one being super tight. But I'm pretty sure the joint has like some almost like breathability, I would say. So even though mine's a little tight on that side and loose on this side, it shouldn't be too much of an issue, I don't think. At least for me, it hasn't been, you know, hasn't broken yet. So I have a feeling it's not going to. But like, I've been worried whenever I've been here and it like won't bend anymore. But I think I'm fine. Since nothing's really changed. It hasn't gotten like any like looser or anything. So pretty sure I'm all good on mine. So I've just kind of been able to enjoy this figure a little bit more. Because of that. So yeah. But I mean, you can see the forearms, they look great. Let me put the lightsabers in this guy real quick. You guys can see I have like the lightsabers in, and they're a little bit like, I don't know, fidgety, I guess. It's kind of difficult to pose them, or pose him up with them. But I mean, not the worst thing in the world at all. And I actually really like this look. I think I'm going to display him like this from now on. Because I haven't been for some reason. I don't know. I kind of always like this, or not always. I kind of just like his two-armed look quite a bit. I don't know why. But I mean, this is definitely really sick. And I mean, yeah, this is just really cool. So, I mean, yeah, that's awesome. So, as far as accessories go, this guy is really cool. You know, he comes with quite a bit. Okay, so now a couple complaints with this guy. One, the legs are engineered very poorly. They're these two weak little, like, pegs, which are not designed good. And this one's stiff, and I'm paranoid it's going to break on me, which it hasn't really done anything yet, so that's good. And then this one's kind of loose, or it's very loose. You know, which is an issue, and it causes him to kind of, or not cause him, he's also very wobbly, and he's very thin, and he feels kind of cheap at times. Those are really the only issues that I have with him, to be honest. So, I mean, that's not too big of an issue, but it's definitely something that could be improved on. I feel like, if they release this guy, you know, back when they did, he'd be probably ahead of his time, or at least good for his time, you know, like on par back in, you know, like 2017, 2018, whenever they announced this guy. However, they waited like 8 years to release him. So, yeah, you know, he's definitely better than the Black Series, and I don't know about the Bandai model kit, but he's better than the Black Series for sure. But I mean, yeah, those are only like the only really complaints I have on this guy. Other than that, he's pretty sick. Okay. Let's get on to the articulation. So let me just straighten this guy out for y'all. I'm going to do it with the forearms because it doesn't really make a difference. I don't feel like swapping them back out. So, yeah. First of all, the head goes up, looks up pretty far, actually. Like, that's a really good range. Down, doesn't really look down at all. However, you can use this piece to push it that way. I'll push it down. Side to side, can't really go 360 because it's blocked by this and stuff. Tilt. And yeah, arms go up pretty high. This one can go even farther because of the forearms. But the articulation is pretty much the same on with the two arms and with the two arms and the forearms. But I mean, yeah, they can go all the way around like I just showed. A little bit. They have a swivel up here, which together they don't work as well. Same thing with down here. I guess you can call that a swivel. Bend at the elbow on both of them, 45 degrees. Both 45 degrees. So 45-degree bend in the elbow. Swivel, hinge, your normal SHF wrist articulation. Ab crunch is not good. Back crunch, not at all really. But it's on like this ball joint right here, which is not bad for a Grievous. Like the engineering, although I feel like they could have put something in here. Legs go up very far. Not gonna test that back range, I'm scared. They go out, they like split pretty poorly. I feel like if you push this piece back, it'll split a little bit more. But that's not something I'm gonna be doing. Bend at the knee. Very good range, obviously. Joint right here. Swivels, all that stuff. Joint down here. So yeah. Overall, the articulation is not bad. I don't really think I missed anything. It's pretty basic. But I mean, yeah, not much you can do to engineer this guy, I feel like. And I think a lot of people are saying that he's horrible. But for a Grievous, it's not bad. Oh yeah, also, articulation up here. And this little thing. But I mean, yeah, articulation's not the worst thing ever. And I would rate it like maybe like a 7 out of 10. Maybe, yeah, 7, 6. My final thoughts on this guy, he's pretty sick, as you can see. I've been posing him up, taking some photos with him, and he poses very well, especially for what he is, and for the time he was like originally made. Definitely not the best figure in the world, and it has its problems, but overall, it's a pretty decent figure, Great accessories, it's nice and tall, so, it's a pretty great figure. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.